So first, Dubai Hills is a community which is in high demand from end users as well as investors, going all the way up to mansions which could be 200, 250 million dirhams. The demand for rentals over there is extremely high. I think it is one of the biggest new communities of Dubai.
Hi everyone, this is Amit. Welcome to Urban Habitat. In today's session, we would like to give you an insight as to why would someone invest or live in Dubai Hills community. I have my dear friend Tahir Majitia, who has 20 plus years of experience in the UAE real estate market, to give us those insights. Over to you, Tahir.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks for having me here. And, it's really exciting. First of all, this is your first episode of your podcast. And, thanks for having me. And a few months, I think over a year back, I had invited you on my podcast. And now, tables have turned.
I guess that's why they say the world is round,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. Totally excited for this.
Thank you. Thank you for coming here, Tahir. Thank you.
Thanks. Today, we're here to discuss Dubai Hills, which I feel is, one of the best communities of Dubai. And there are various reasons for it. One is obviously where it is located.
Okay.
Dubai Hills, in terms of a location, is very centrally located, just off Al Khail Road, and has other two major roads, which is the Sukkim Road and the Latifa bin Hamdan Road, and also Al Marbia Street. So overall, in terms of community, it's a big master plan by Emaar, which is one of the best master developers in the UAE. And it's a very complete community because it's a community where once a person comes inside, in all practicality, they don't really need to go out of the community for most of the day-to-day life activities.
You could say it's a city on its own.
It is a city within a city.
Correct.
Because as a community, it has multiple living options in terms of choices of what kind of properties you can buy.
Okay.
Not only that, it has a mall. Okay. Multiple international schools.
Okay.
Hospitals, a lot of retail. It's got a beautiful 1 kilometer long park for the residents. It's got a golf course, So overall, a lot of things in Dubai Hills, which is making Dubai Hills very desirable for a lot of people.
Just to get an idea today, what we want to understand is there are two sections of people. One would be the people who want to invest in Dubai Hills for higher returns. Second would be the set of people who want to stay there as a long-term house. So in both the scenarios, could you explain me what are the reasons that could attract that particular segment, why they would get into Dubai Hills?
So first, Dubai Hills is a community which is, as you said, is in high demand from end users as well as investors. Now, let's take one by one. Yeah. From an end user point of view, because the community is so complete, when you're staying there, you're just 10-15 minutes away from downtown. You are maybe 5-10 minutes away from Mall of Emirates and Burj Al Arab.
Okay.
So, most of the good areas and locations of Dubai is not more than 15-20 minutes away from you, whether it is Palm Jumeirah, Dubai Marina, that's one thing. Second thing, as an end user, one thing which really makes a big difference is good schools around. Okay. And Dubai Hills has some of the best schools in the community and around the community.
Okay.
There are one of the best schools of Dubai located in and around Dubai Hills. Okay. So from an end user perspective, especially for families, this is a big plus because, usually people would want to stay near the schools, and they don't want their kids to travel a lot. So that is one big plus. Secondly, there are a lot of Dubai Hills, again, unlike say a downtown or a Dubai Creek Harbour, is planned in such a way that there's a lot of feeling of space when you go inside the community. Okay. And when I say space, I'm not talking about the space inside the apartment or a townhouse, but I'm talking about the space in general in the community. A lot of open spaces, a lot of
more to do with gardens, more to do with
parks, gardens, greenery, golf course.
So
for example,
pet-friendly gardens as well.
Yes, pet-friendly parks. If you go over there, the park which is there, it's 1 kilometer long. It has so many activities for not just kids, but even for adults. A lot of sports activities. So a lot of things to do within the community. So now this makes it very desirable to an end user to live. Plus, you have options of right from starting from a 1 bedroom apartment, okay, which would start at somewhere around, say today, 1.5, 1.6 million dirhams,
Okay.
going all the way up to mansions which could be 200, 250 million dirhams. So there's a lot of variety of
You
houses.
could say it has everything for
It
everyone.
has everything,
for
yeah.
everyone.
It caters to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, if it's someone, a young couple wanting to live there in a small one-bedroom apartment, you have options of that also. Someone wanting to spend 10, 15 million on a villa, or 20 million, 30 million, 100 million. There are a lot of categories, of houses in Dubai Hills. So that's one thing. Now, from an investor's point of view, because the community is so much desirable by families and people coming here. Even as an investor, if you buy a property, your property will be rented, and the demand for rentals over there is extremely high.
Okay.
Because a lot of people who are living over here, now obviously not necessarily everybody is going to buy a house. Some people obviously are renting, and if they are renting, and if they want to stay in that community, it is one of the best communities of Dubai, I would say.
Okay.
So as an investor also, it's a great thing, because you know that you'll always find a tenant for your property because of the way the community is, and the demand for the people to be there. Plus, it also has a mall, and it has a lot of good A-grade offices also in Dubai.
They have business
parks.
Yes.
Now all these offices, if you go and see, they are full. Okay, you won't find offices empty. The mall is there. Now, so a lot of people are also working over there.
Okay.
Right. So people who want to stay close to their workplace, that's also a good catchment area. Plus, you also have to understand that when you have so many schools and hospitals, you will also have doctors, you have teachers who probably want to live
reside
close
nearby
by.
it.
Exactly.
Correct.
So that also creates a lot of demand for, as an investor, that someone or the other working close by also only might just rent your property.
What would you say that anyone wants to invest? Why would he buy in Dubai Hills and not any other bigger community closer to Dubai Hills? Because I'm sure Dubai Hills is a bigger community compared to all others.
See, what happens is, Dubai Hills as a complete master plan, if you see,
Yeah.
I think it is one of the biggest new communities of Dubai.
Okay.
And when I say biggest, I'm talking about the land area, not necessarily the number of units,
Okay.
but the land area. It's that is one. Second thing, it's a community which is already complete.
Yeah.
And when I say complete, it's not that it's 100% complete. Yes, there are more projects which will keep coming in Dubai.
Because they
Hills.
have still plots of land being sold, new launches being happening.
Most of the main features of the community are ready.
Okay.
So you know that it's not that if you are going in, the school will come. No, school is already there.
Okay.
It's not that they will make a hospital. No, it's there. A hospital is there. Mall is already there. It's operational. So all these things are operational. Okay. And every day in the community, something or the other new is opening.
Correct.
So because of this, what happens is, when you're investing, when you're into a community which is
Established.
so established and it's new,
Yeah.
the demand obviously is more. Like, see, there are a lot of other communities which are coming up, but if you see, they are not really as big or as complete, forget big, but as complete as Dubai Hills.
Where you don't have all the necessary
Exactly. I mean, you
necessities
might
being easily available.
Maybe,
You may not have an
there's some
hospital.
nice community which has a lot of features, but maybe it doesn't have
A school missing, or a
or
hospital
a
missing nearby,
or a mall
so-
missing. So that way, I think Dubai Hills is like a complete city.
What would be the price range to start with? So what would be the lowest price an individual can get a property in Dubai Hills?
Today? It would be approximately around 1.5 million.
That could be for a one bed or a studio.
One bed. Usually there are no studios in Dubai Hills.
Okay,
You will
they want
not
to-
find studios much, apart of few private developers who build. But predominantly Emaar, all the projects which Emaar has built, they are all starting from one bed onwards.
I guess their thought is that they want to make a more
It's more family
oriented
yes,
route
yes.
rather than having
Yes.
singles who would stay there.
Yeah.
Like downtown has a lot of studios. A lot of other communities have
Yes.
studios where they focus like a 2-member family can stay there
Yeah,
comfortably.
or also if it's a single person,
Yeah.
But Dubai Hills is predominantly focused on families.
Correct. That's the whole thought they have
Yeah.
created that.
Yes.
Okay. Why would someone not invest in anything which is coming new, which would be sold at a lower price versus Dubai Hills, which is slightly higher because all the things are operational around it? Why
See,
would someone do
there
that?
are two ways of looking at it. One is, see, there is someone might look at something newer coming up also, but the advantage with Dubai Hills is that everything is there.
Okay.
And if you buy something today, there are options of buying ready property which will start giving you your return from today, or you can start using it from today, right? Whereas with the other communities, if you buy, you have to wait at least whatever time it's going to take, 3, 4, 5 years for it to actually, start becoming more mature. Now, see, when someone is investing, it depends on their investment goal also.
Okay.
If someone is really looking at investment for a very long term, is thinking, okay, I want to keep a 10-year horizon and invest, okay, probably then some other community might make sense to them. But if they are looking at something which is ready and safe, right? When I say safe means not that other investments would not be safe, but this is more like, you know the numbers, it's proven. Okay, with other communities,
Simple word is a safe bet.
it's a safe bet, and with other communities, you are assuming rentals,
How they pick up,
how they will come up. It's an assumption.
Correct.
Okay. Whereas with Dubai Hills, it won't be an assumption. If there is a 1-bedroom apartment, even if someone is buying offline Dubai Hills a 1-bedroom apartment, they know that okay, here an apartment of 1 bed is renting for this much. So they can be rest assured that their apartment will rent for this much. But in certain newer communities where there's still nothing ready, you are still taking an assumption, on handover, this price should be achievable. Whereas whether they achieve that or no is not really known yet. So that way, I think, Dubai Hills is a great place because you can directly, buy and start making money on it. And there's still stuff coming. So it's I wouldn't say that everything is ready in Dubai Hills. Most of the main features are ready today. And slowly they'll
could we
keep
say
on adding.
percentage-wise, 80% would be ready?
Yeah, I think 70-80% of main things are ready. Right now, the few buildings and all which are still to come.
So 10% would be being constructed, 10 is being launched, and
maybe more also slightly, but it is still a good place. Also, one more thing which we have to understand that all the new communities which are coming, they are going more and more far. Okay, as far
towards
as the
outskirts
location
of the city.
they are going more towards the eastern side of the city or the southern side of the city. Whereas Dubai Hills is more central. Okay. So from Dubai Hills you can reach downtown in probably 10 minutes if no traffic. If traffic, maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes at the most. Okay, which makes it very convenient. Okay, not just downtown, but even if you want to reach Marina, JLT, the
Jebel
media
Ali,
city,
for work's sake, people
Jebel
who work
Ali
in
would
Jebel Ali
take
could also stay in
20-25
Dubai
minutes.
Hills.
So you can reach most of the places where work-oriented places in less than 25 minutes. Okay, 25 is at the most,
maximum when there is
maximum
too much of
traffic. Whereas with some other communities, which are new communities, which will be coming up, probably from there downtown is 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So the travel time always, as the city grows and the traffic keeps growing in the city, people will value location more and more. You see, there was a time when someone from downtown could reach, say, a location like Nashama Town Square in 20 minutes. Okay, when Nashama started. But today, if you see, that travel time has almost become double.
Or more than double.
Okay,
or
more
40,
than
45 to 50 minutes easily.
Not because of anything else, but because of traffic.
Plus, there are more communities which have been built in between.
Yeah, so the traffic has increased. The length is the same. The distance is the same, but the time has increased. So as Dubai's population keeps increasing, over a period of time, people will value location. Because then they'll realize that staying in a good location will make a big difference because you're closer to everything. Even after traffic, it's your 10 minutes has become 20 minutes. So that's the thing. And also not to forget that if we see Dubai Hills as a community, this community was launched back in 2014, 15. It's been going on. Okay. So it's what you see today is, the development of over 10 years. And that's why this community looks complete. So if something else is coming, else also say, so that will take time. And I don't think there is any other community which, a new community coming up
can
where
match
you
up
can
to what
match
Dubai
up
Hills
to
is
what
offering.
Dubai Hills is.
One more question that comes to my mind is that when people are buying a property in Dubai Hills, the prices are slightly on a higher side right now.
Yes.
Plus, we both agree there is more supply coming in. So do you think an individual who's investing right now, he may not think that, why would I buy right now when there is more supply coming in that can impact my purchase price? or I may not end up selling it in future with appreciation? Because
So-
the more the supply, it impacts the
Yes,
price.
that's a very good question. Now, see, you have to understand that the supply which is coming in
Yeah.
is not coming in across all the types of properties. Okay. So, to give you just an overview, Dubai Hills has apartments.
Yeah.
It has townhouses.
Yeah.
It has independent villas.
Correct.
And within the villas, there are a lot of categories, starting from Sidra to parkways, fairways, golf place. Then is the Hills View.
Maple is there, yeah.
So all these things, and Maple townhouses.
Yeah.
Now, in the villa category, there is no new supply coming unless there are custom built being built, or a few clusters which Emaar still has to hand over, like the Address villas or the Lamborghini villas.
Okay.
So in that, the supply is very limited. First.
Okay.
Now the new buildings which are coming,
Yeah.
yes, there are a lot more buildings which are coming up there, and they still will come in the future.
Correct.
But we have to understand that all these buildings, so as of now, the occupancy is extremely high in Dubai Hills.
Okay.
If you go over there and you try to see the number of apartments which are lying vacant, they are very few.
Okay.
Right? What this means is that rents are very also high.
Correct.
The rents are quite high there. Now, if we need more people to come into the city, more people to come and stay there, we obviously need more apartments. We need rents to be slightly cooled off
Yeah.
so that it becomes more affordable
Yeah.
by people. In order for that to happen, we need new supply coming in.
Okay.
See, over a period of time, population is going to keep on growing.
Correct.
And with the Vision 2040 of His Highness and the D33 agenda of Dubai, the target is to double the population
Okay.
by 2040. Now, what that means, very simple. If you want to add more than double the population,
Okay.
right? If you want to make this population over 5.8 million, currently we stand at 3.6.
Okay.
Okay. So to add that population, it is, first of all, it doesn't happen overnight.
Correct.
It happens over a period of time. All the new apartments which are coming,
Yeah.
first of all, any project which gets launched today will get handed over after 3 years or 4 years.
Okay.
It's not a 1 year handover or something like that.
Okay.
So it takes time. Each building is a few hundred apartments.
So your logic says that the farther the supply comes into the picture, it will manage the pricing.
It will manage the
accordingly.
pricing,
Yeah.
and by that time,
Yeah.
what will happen is a building which is say getting handed over in 2028,
Okay.
and there's another building which got handed over in 2018.
Okay.
By that time, what happens is then you have two category of products, one which is a 10-year-old building and one which is a brand new building.
Okay.
At that point of time, what will happen is the brand new building, there will be some clients who want a brand new apartment only,
Yeah.
and there will be some who will be happy to go into a 10-year-old building.
Okay.
Obviously, the new building will have slightly
Higher
more
premium,
fancier
yeah.
amenities and stuff like that. So it balances out, and also what happens is when you see the 10-year-old building,
Yeah.
that's of a different design and style.
Correct.
This building will be slightly different.
More modern.
So
kind of, yeah.
there is a clientele for this also, and there's a clientele for that also.
Correct.
So it balances out over a period of time.
Because there's a huge population, so there are multiple
yes.
choices,
See,
multiple options.
There can be
available.
some small cycles in between where prices go down, come up, and all. But on an overall length, if you see
long-term
perspective, the prices will climb up.
Will climb up. Yeah. What would you suggest when you are advising a client on Dubai Hills? Have you come across a client where you were pitching him some other community, but he was keen to buy a property in Dubai Hills and he showed you a perspective which you were also not aware? Like many times we meet clients who have a different reason which we ourselves are not aware of that they want to buy in that community.
See, most of the clients, when they see,
Yeah.
right, and the first thing they get a feeling when they enter into the community is that this is a family community.
Correct.
Right. So the most the common factor which we see in most of the people is that it's a family community.
Yeah.
It's a modern community. It's
Okay.
everything is new.
Okay.
And everything built over there is of a certain standard.
Okay.
So even when you go inside and you see the kind of retail, and the way Emaar has planned everything is planned with a thought behind it.
Okay.
Right. So even if you see right from, and when I say a thought behind it, means even if you see the kind of brands which are available in Dubai Hills Mall, they are more your day-to-day kind of things where you would want to go and buy.
Okay.
Even if you go into the mall, you will find a lot of families, teenagers, kids, in the mall. So it caters to a
The
lot
age
of
group
family.
is within that range.
Is
So
within
I
that.
would have
So
seen
one thing,
teenagers.
one thing which people have always loved and told me that yes, this looks like a place where I can envision myself living with my family, and that's one thing which I've always got a feedback from clients.
Okay. But no specific reason where
No
someone convinced you that they want to buy in Dubai Hills.
It's usually I'm
Any
the one
experience?
convincing
Yeah. Okay.
them,
Okay.
but no specific incident which I can think of.
Okay.
But one common feedback which I feel from everyone is this.
The family purpose.
Family,
that family
yeah.
thing. Tahir, coming back to your point where you mentioned that this community is been there, where it's been getting projects completed. People have been moving in since the last 10 years. What I want to understand from you is what would be the price appreciation or a value point appreciation that people have got, or you feel who enters now, what is the value of appreciation they can expect when they invest in Dubai Hills right now?
So see, I'll tell you, just give you background. Dubai Hills was, they started selling around 13, 14. Okay. And the first handovers started over there somewhere back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, okay, where residents started moving in. So if we see from the time people have started moving in, it's been about now 5-6 years. Okay. Now, in terms of appreciation, people have got some amazing appreciation in this community, depending on where they invested. Because as I said, there are a lot of options. Now, starting with apartments, for example, I'm just giving an example. Say, you could a few years back buy a 1-bedroom apartment, say for 1 million, which today is a minimum of 1.5, 1.6 million. Okay. If you talk about townhouses, for instance, Maple, when Maple was initially launched, they were around 2.1 million for a 3-bedroom. Today, you can't find anything less than 4 million. Okay. Same way, if you go and talk about the more higher end villas, such as the Golf Place, the Fairways, Parkways, those villas, some of them in the last 4-5 years, something which was sold at 10 million or 11 million, today is selling at 25 million or 30 million even. And, so that way, if you see in the luxury segment of the Dubai Hills, the higher end, the higher end the property, the more appreciation people have seen. And that's simply because of two reasons. One, obviously the demand for luxury is growing in Dubai and has gone up a lot. Second thing, the supply in that segment was very limited. Okay. Because of that, we've seen a huge demand for, especially the villas in Dubai Hills. The appreciation what people have made is actually a lot. I personally know some clients who have actually made 5-6x return in a span of 4-5 years.
I guess the reason would be there's not much communities on a newer side which give that kind of space. So if you want to buy a 5-bedroom villa, I don't think there are much properties available in that price range.
No, they're not. And also what happens is, as a community, many times we've seen this, right? Especially with the higher end community, right? So, say even if we compare it, say, to a District 1, right? Even there we see this, that once a certain set of people start buying in there, then, it's like, a group of people like, okay, my friend wants to also live in Dubai Hills. His friends, the friend's friend also wants to live in Dubai Hills. Their relatives want to come and live. So people, that way it becomes like a preferred destination. And today Dubai Hills has become that name, for a certain segment of people that they want to buy in Dubai Hills only.
So they associate themselves with that kind of lifestyle?
Yeah, that kind of lifestyle. Correct. And, also what happens is the quality of life and, their group of friends and circle also revolves around it.
Correct.
Especially when you talk about the luxury segment, when
the
someone is,
premium,
the high end,
premium.
Someone who wants to spend 20-30 million dirhams, there, these things matter a lot.
I'm sure they are very conscious of what they buy.
Exactly, where
what
they buy,
drive.
yes.
Second thing, Tahir, what would be the top 3 nationalities that prefer to buy properties in Dubai Hills with your experience?
Yes. So Dubai Hills definitely is a very highly preferred area amongst Indians. One of the top buyers of properties in Dubai Hills are Indians. One is that. Also a lot of people from the UK. They also love Dubai Hills. And also a lot of Europeans. When I say Europeans, it's a mix between, people from different parts of Europe. Could be, say, for example, from Germany, from Austria, different parts. So these are
These three nationalities, you could say,
you will find more of
summarized.
A mix of though it's a mix of nationalities, but these are the you would find more demographics of people from there.
Top three preferred kind of people
yes.
who prefer to buy there. Okay. Anything, Tahir, that you want to add up from your side as a last comment on the
I mean,
if someone comes to you for a piece of advice,
I look, anybody who is looking for a family community, wanting to buy for their own use, or even as an investment, right? It is a great place, and it is it is just so complete, the community on the whole, that it's very difficult to say that this is missing from here.
Okay.
So it's a great place, and I always tell people that, look, when you come to Dubai, and especially if you're moving here, go there, spend a few days, see for yourself how you like it, and then decide.
Okay. Those are the critical points that you highlight yourself when you advise on a buyer on that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed the session. And our contact details of our social media platforms will be there in the description section. Please feel free to reach any one of us as per your requirement. Feel free to drop a comment so we could work on ourselves accordingly. And also, I'll request, if there is any specific community you would like us to feature or get in an episode done on that, please share it in the comment section so we do the needful for you. Thank you.